Hello all, this is Zimnala coming at you with another adventure in Demise, Rise of the Kutan. We're going to be continuing where we left off. We had just done some exploration of the waterways, although we entered a spot that we had to bail on because we ran low on breath. But we got a lot of mapping done. We are continuing to level up, and we're burning off a penalty for Trixie here for Sorcerer, but it'll pay off. It'll take a few adventures for that. But you know, as you can see, all these lovely potential drowning things going on there, but we gave it a good go. Life is a process of trying not to drown, right? Eventually you succeed, or you fail. But, we'll go back to our usual adventures. But every bit we map is an idea of where we don't need to go, and you know, that is progress.
Cool. Cool.
Welcome to the blender. There we go.
Cool. Cool. Cool.
Oh, it is at least giving us a whole bunch of warriors to fight. That bodes well for getting a lot of experience. This character already almost has a level. It's only been about 5 minutes. No, the Paladin took themselves out of the experience by becoming a sorcerer, so like they're not going to be pinning first. Even if they switched past their penalty point, like they're not going to pin before anyone else. At least we won't have to worry about that being a factor. Like, usually it's whoever pins easiest is the reason why you return. In this case, it's probably going to always be the thief. But in this case, it looks like it's going to be the Oni doing Explorer. They must have been pretty close to pinning when we left anyway. Or maybe they just, I don't know, did a lot of damage. It is our Oni. They are definitely hogging at most points the experience. Because they're just so strong.
Cool. Cool.
And we largely don't have to worry about this too much because of how much experience it is, but you know. Oni's already pinned, so let's go sort that out. Gained almost 200,000 experience on that mission. Nice. see if I can't note that real quickly. So yeah, we found out where that goes.
Cool.
Oh, we made it through that without too much trouble. Man, that's hard to open. How hard to cast is... this now? 50? I might give it a try just to see if it works out better for us, because like the other one is definitely on the things I have to cast it on, it doesn't usually work. Hence you see it fail like 20 times in a row and use all of our MPs, so. If that also fails and costs 50, then I will switch back, but we obviously can't cast it for a while. She does slowly regenerate spells, but it's fine. Oh, here come the birds. No, the thief is definitely gonna pin it first. At this rate.
Cool.
Nothing too much outside of our usual, so there's not really much to comment on, but we are gonna go see what our buddy, the Troll Lord, has going on. Continue to look for more boots over here. It was very nice to get our second pair. Honestly, she's probably pretty close to pinning. We may not even make it down to the next floor. But that's fine. We'll still do a deep run.
Cool.
Well, I guess it's not too dissimilar.
Cool.
And they gained about 240,000, not too shabby. So I am gonna actually put both of them on there now that I think about it, because like there are some that I know are not going to be expensive to open. So I might as well still have that as an option. Last time there wasn't too much more I could have done, like we just tanked it all on one that didn't work, but sometimes you gotta try, because it was a monster that I knew could have good loot, you know? It's the real reason why I keep on throwing levels into Thief, though, because you gotta go pretty far to actually open up some of those crazier chests. We're gonna be pinned so quickly. We'll still try to get the usual suspects in, though. I don't know if we're gonna make it into the graveyard. I mean, it's a quality problem. But, you know. Eventually we'll have the opposite problem, so we should enjoy this while it lasts. We fought a bunch of arms. How crazy. Yeah. But a cast. Oh, you can't cast it on a locked chest. Ah. You know, I think there's a different level spell we could learn. I think there's a mid-level spell. Maybe that's what I was thinking of. Well, I know we can't open this because we've never been able to open one of the ogre's ones, so I don't think it's a good use of our spells to try to open that. I guess I forgot how that spell works. So that's actually a way to bypass traps that you don't want to open. I guess. The idea is it destroys the chest without having to open the trap. These guys actually did some good damage to us. I'm impressed. They got Oni down a little bit. Usually they target a single character, but they actually did some good spread out damage. As you can see with these bigger spell casting ones, we're not taking nearly as much damage. from their spellcasting. Like, it's definitely a marked improvement. That could be something good. Cloak means it's probably one of the robe of kings, or maybe it's the cloak of the gods. Either way, it's an upgrade for someone, probably.
Cool.
That's my hope, at least. It could even be something better that I've never seen. That would be cool, too. I would accept that. I like being surprised. It does seem that the monster we were supposed to kill with the bounty got up and ran away, though. That's a little unfortunate. I don't even remember a bounty on these guys. Come on. We're gonna win. It's just a matter of waiting our way through all the rounds of combat to get there. Nope, another curse. Could have been a blessing. So this room's weird in that when you enter from that door, it doesn't seem like it actually loads the enemies from that space. That's a very minor glitch, but it is notable. That was definitely not a Kulak warrior. Absolutely not. We hit too often for that. But, you know, we're gonna be pinned too early, so the other characters are just gonna... We're just gonna basically be wandering around till they pin. Okay. I'm fine with it. This is like an equalizer pin, you know, at the end. Everyone gets back on the same level. You might not have seen these guys yet. These are just like really, really tanky, weak humanoids. I mean, they can hit you, but they don't do anything amazing from what I remember. I mostly usually always thought they were goofy. Like I said, I just wait to make sure that they're not black ones. I don't remember if they come... I think that might be a solo, actually, so maybe if it's always... If it's not a solo one, it's probably not.
Cool.
That's a pretty low level tree ties to be in there. So like I said, you can find any level spell in a spellcaster's chest. It's just more likely to get the higher levels at this point. So we will eventually get what we're looking for. No, they're not pinned yet, but they're on their way.
Cool.
Alright, join the party. Yeah, that's pretty much the way you get most of the stats for monsters this deep, is you actually just keep bringing them home. They eventually ask to join you.
Cool.
We're basically popping out here to try to kill the unique enemies. But we're probably gonna pin long before we reach all of them. We definitely don't have a reason to fight the Slayer again, because he can't actually give us his weapon again, as far as I understand it. So fighting him again is just for random warrior loot at this point. think it's so weird that the vampire lord now has the skeleton animation. I think that's pretty funny.
Cool. Cool.
Engraved blade. Do I know what you are? I might not know what that is. Yep, we are pinned. Time to return. Bam. We reached level 300. We got a decent amount through that penalty now. Look at you, you're a weapon I don't recognize. Artisan? That's very interesting. Doesn't look too shabby either, honestly. For the level, at least. Now, would I play Artisan just to use it? Probably not, but it could be interesting if someone was playing an Artisan-only challenge. Yep, we got another Cloak of the Gods. Not too shabby. Who's using the current one? Not you, but you could be. Okay, what level is this? Cloak of the Gods actually not too much further. Yeah, it's not too much further, but it is further. Okay, then we're gonna start looking at who has what in their pockets. Because they got the another Gods, and they've got... Nope. Nope. Okay, fair enough. Let us... Well, who's gonna be using it more likely? But I'll probably reach it first. At this rate. But I'll give it to whoever needs it at the time. Nothing new in this place. What's going on here?
Cool.
Oh boy, got a giant troll. Dagger of Jagoff. Nope, not doing that. Oh, let's turn this in. You can sell off our friend as well. 2 more friends for the friend pile. Oh, let's drop off our goodies and head on in for more adventure. This is going to be another exploration one, so prepare for adventure. We're heading in to probably somewhere we'll have to bail again. Maybe. It is definitely a possibility, though. There are a few ways there. I actually think that the way we took there wasn't too bad. It might be as easy as the one as going through the other area it was, so let's actually do that. I guess the exact order of us doesn't really matter, but you know, it's fine. Let's see what's going on in here. This could be important. West's home, east's best, north is anybody's guess. Huh. East is home. Take a picture of that for our memory in case I have to solve a puzzle, but you know. So west is the home. North is anybody's guess. Danger? That leads to something that goes down. This is some very interesting tiling. So this leads to home. That's what they said. So we're now on 14. Got multiple teleporters. So, one thing we can do, because we have more than one person that can cast it, we can return here if we don't like where this goes. What I don't know is if... Oh, there's 3 teleporters. West is home, north is anybody's guess, and east is best. This is probably what I was talking about, not where we just left. So, west is home. Let's do that. Look at that. Took us here. We don't want to be here, though. So what's very interesting is that this is actually makes this a pretty decent spot to return to for our entire group. So I might establish this as a mystic portal for this character too, because we can get home through here. North is anybody's guess. East is best. Well, let's see where east goes. You are standing in the entry chamber. To the north of you is the main gate that leads to the depths below. To the east and west are doorways which lead to other sub-chambers beneath the city. To the south is the stairway which leads back to the city. So it says stairway, but it's telling me it's a teleporter. Come on. So we're actually on floor 18. That's as far as Oni has identified. So as you can see, this is where this goes. But let's head back there. The monsters here aren't impressive, unfortunately. But I'm sure there's something else going on. The footprints and scent of unbathed creatures in this room are fresh. Looking around, you notice crates and sacks used for hauling and marks on the floor of heavy equipment being dragged around. Someone's been using this room to move stuff, you guess. I mean, they're not the worst experience. Like, these are like level 20-ish monsters, so I'll take it. Dreadins. Alright. Well, at least it's some kind of experience. I'll take that. This is honestly more interesting to me than most of the things we've been exploring, so... A sign on the wall reads storage. All you see on the floor are broken jugs and a dented and useless cooking pot. The walls in this small room, are streaked with bat guano, and the smell is increased because of the close quarters. You notice the black guano on the floor is smeared with someone's footprint imprinted in the mess. Oh, good. Scorch marks scar the walls in this room. You see the remains of previous adventurers in the corner. Good. Good thing we're current adventurers, not previous adventurers. I see a way down. Looks like it's a pit. We'll go in each room at least once in case it's got something going on, you know? The smell of this room is revolting. You step over the remains of someone's latest meal and notice many other dismembered bodies littering the floor. Aside from the carnage, the room appears empty. Except for these bugs. The long hallway smells of mold and sweat, and you notice that even the store floor is well worn with use. Interesting.
Bye-bye.
So that leads to a secret passage area. I'll bite. Let's see what's going on here. Nothing too crazy. That's fine. Clearly it wants us to get to that area from the south.
Bye-bye.
Southern Crossroads. Interesting. I mean, this whole place is pretty large, I'll give it that. If this hallway doesn't go anywhere, then what's the point? It's okay. I'll forgive it.
Cool.
But this is an area that might not be too hard for early adventurers to read.
Cool.
Well, this is interesting. Declan's map. Alright. This is definitely one of the strangest rooms you've ever seen. A working set of gears hums away as your eyes keep wandering from the pictures hanging on the walls to the pentagram on the ceiling in the corner. Weird. I don't think it's going to show me the pentagram, but someone put some scandalous pictures in Declan's room. Who would do that? I think I might have found what we're looking for in this place anyway, though. Maybe. Or at least a thing that we're looking for. This has more than one floor. Oh, so there's this hallway. Okay. Particular odor that you can't quite place. What's going on here? Is it taking our mana? Is it adding to our mana? Oh, it's hurting us and healing us. Very interesting. Yes. It's gonna map this out. I think we did enough exploring in this section, so I'm gonna actually return it to town. We can come back anytime and we will explore more. But yeah. Let's see if this has anything to do with what it wants. Looks like we have. Approaching the bar, you hand the tavern keeper the map you found. He takes it from you and studies it closely. For an instant, a grim expression crosses his face, then his jovial manner is back. Fat lot of good this is. Wonder where the old fart went to this time. He hands the map back and flings a few coins on the bar. This'll cover your expenses at least. You barely have time to down your Dalin's old ale before the tavern keeper returns. I have gained a companion. Oh, okay. As you finish a hearty meal, Maruk approaches your table, a swarthy, shifty-eyed scoundrel at his side. We can't have you standing around idly while there are issues remaining. This fellow owes me a favor, and he has agreed to escort you to the den of thieves. Try and keep him alive long enough to get you inside. After that, you can do with him as you will. The thief scowls and mutters some unintelligible curse words. The tavern keeper leans forward. I need you to ask. Master Mild, who collects useless junk like this. He waves the teapot mace you found at the Dhaka, and he is not cooperating. Please persuade him to come back here with you. Den of Thieves, huh? That has to be connected to where we were, but I don't know where that is. Let's, what is this thing got going on? Cutthroat. Ah, man. I wish I knew where that we had to go. Master Mild, huh? Well, I'll think about it and then we'll head into it and we'll take a look. But we did make progress. But yeah. It's completely bound. Wish I could trade it to them, because then they could actually soul bind it. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll take a break and we'll look into that. Y'all take care now. Bye-bye.